Update. How many more
And I know
signatures
for
we
you
need?
guys it's already this, but us it's a stuchach before chatzos. So can I give an update? Is basically that there is intense negotiations with both people, and we spent hours, and I didn't even give shiurim this week. It's meshuggah, the hours and hours and hours. The concessions that were made, I have to take my hat off to both sides, are incredible. There is still a space that I don't know if we're going to be able to bridge. I hope and I pray, and the Eibishter Chachmonasam, and the Rebbe, I shared a letter over here. There is going to have to be some extra push from Oven that somehow this last bit that is necessary to hold it, and that all the work that we did shouldn't go down. Now, let me put it this way: there are certain things that were accomplished, even if it doesn't go through to the end. I can't say right now, but that would be incredible things. But that we should have one kinnis and one Indian is still, there's still a wedge which we need rach mishamayim that we should break it through today. Now the negotiations are happening, meaning I know there's meetings happening between both sides and vadim and stuff, and each one put their red lines, and the question is if anybody's going to be willing to pass their red lines. That's where is a halt and the Rebbe helfen. I mean, we've done, and it's all being influenced because the petitions and because the momentum was created. So there was something amazing. That was this, but to everybody has certain inyanim that are kodesh kadashim to them, and that's where people have a hard time being. That's the status. Yeah.
If I may add.
Yes.
If anyone has the ear of anyone, maybe you can try to chew it a little bit. Because
what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean
if anyone has the ear either from this vad or from this vad, just to impress upon them, even if you're 100% right. But as there's a saying in English, it's better to be smart than be right. Don't try to be right. Do the right thing. Do the smart thing. And sometimes it's better not to be right than to be. And this is where we're at this point. This is exactly where we are. I'm right, and that's it. So if anybody can have some hashpah by even without, and I think even better without knowing the details and finding out the details. Where is the sticky point now? If you hear honestly what the sticky point is now, you're going to wonder, why is this even a sticky point? Why are we making an issue out of it? On both sides. And I'm saying it on both sides. That because it would certainly be a tremendous nachas ruach to the Rebbe if there is one kinnis and Sheves Achim Gam Yochad and Agam Sidodei Shoines and Mishunois von deswegen we can sit and we can talk and we can verbring and we can eat a piece of chicken together. Or for that matter, either a piece of steak or a piece of fish, depending what we're talking about. Right? And if you don't understand, you're really lucky. Let me put it this way. I had a very, very smart grandmother, a Bobbe. Like zu sagen, das zu wissen. Ich spreche Polish Jiddisch, das zu wissen. Was weinige de was wissen als Kliege weste Sahn. And she was so right. Unfortunately, I only realized it way too late how right she was. But this
Reb Zusha has a birthday yesterday, so he's still a day with his birthday. So get some bracha.
Oh, yesterday? Today? What's up yesterday?
Today is the bracha.
Als bracha v'atzlacha.
Amen. Amen. And I want to share this with you. I didn't share this with you before. I don't know. I don't think I said it to you before. Reb Reuven, we have spoken a few times today already. Look at this beautiful, beautiful bracha. Beautiful. Happens to be that my son Mendel, he had his Yom Haledes yesterday. So he's Chof Beis. Actually, his son is Chof, he's Chof Beis, and I'm Chof Gimmel. So actually, I'm the youngest one between all three of them. And so he sends me today, he found on Gem, he never saw it before, he found on Gem, Nun Beis, the Rebbe is giving out Yudzayin Kislev, I think, I have to double check, is it 80? The Kuntres Drusha Chasene, yeah? Anybody remembers that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The blue. No,
A blue booklet, a blue
Yeah.
Kuntres. I don't know, but merely the Kappa Drusha Chasene was pink.
Maybe it was pink. Yeah, no, because the blue was Kimet Seis from Eretz Mitzrayim.
So, but anyway, I push it. The whole day is going. I don't have time to look at things properly. But so he found my younger son Levi, the one who's in Argentina, Mendel, and then my son Shneir, my older one, and myself. We're going all in front of the Rebbe, getting the bracha, getting the kuntos and the bracha. He found it today, or last night or today.
No, because the Rebbe die geeft
Als bracha voor hem, in Yom Haledes, was dacht man nog?
I will erzählen like Geschmack am Eisen. Now that everybody's here, that happened with the Dia of Uvda ben a Kinnis HaShluchim a few years ago. So this is before I got myself in trouble. This is years ago. I started coming to Kinnis HaShluchim, and I was going through a very, very hard financial situation over here. I was a lot of chayvis, and when I used to come to the Kinnis HaShluchim, because I didn't grow up in Lubavitch, because I didn't have friends, and all the shluchim, the building, and I was feeling very like I'm already doing this for a few years, and I don't feel I have that tzlacha that I thought I would have, and guilty, I'm in chayvis. I was feeling pretty dejected and down, and I wasn't connecting to the whole. I'm walking through the workshops over there, and I'm feeling like an outsider, and I'm feeling very like uncomfortable. So now you understand why I gave the speech in 770, because I probably needed to get a little bit first taste, a little recognition of it. No, I'm just kidding. Chas v'shalom. Actually, so what happened? What happened was Josh Gordon. There was a session. It wasn't the main session at night, but it was during the workshops. I think it was like 5 o'clock. There was like more like a general talk by Josh Gordon. So Josh Gordon related an amazing story. He said, he said that he was one time after Gimmel Tammuz in a situation where he was in terrible financial situation, and things were very, very difficult for him. And he came in and he flew into the Rebbe, and it wasn't by Kinnis HaShluchim. He flew in Stam, and he came to the oil, and over there he said to the Rebbe as follows: Rebbe, you know the stories when people come over here and they cry and they pour out their heart, and then they go out and they see a video from them going by you, or from their mother going by, or their shviger, or $1, or they go into the gas station and they buy a Coca-Cola, and then they get change and it's $1 from the Rebbe, on it. You know that he said to the Rebbe, I need such a sign. Ich darf in der etwas klar, nicht no, something very clear that you have my back. That's what he asked. And then he left. And then he said, I went to the gas station and I checked my change. I looked at the video. All garnished. Days pass. It's Sunday. I think it was the middle of the week. And then Sunday morning or something like this, he was leaving 770 and he was supposed to go to the airport. He was going already, heading back to Los Angeles. As he's leaving 770, Label Grona sees him and says, Yeshua, I have something for you. He says, what? Anyways, he says, come up to the office. Comes up and Label pulls out a letter. And it's a letter that the Rebbe wrote, but to Josh Gordon. And he never, for whatever reason, it never got sent out. And it is getroffen noch Gimmel Tammuz. What happened? Where's the letter coming from? The letter was that Josh would always make a dinner. And for the dinner, he would invite the Rebbe. And the Rebbe would give a letter and they would print it in the journal. That would happen yearly. But it says it wasn't easy because they had to be, in order for the letter to come on time, first days, and they were making a journal. There was always like the 11th hour. They would wait and wait and wait, and Josh would have to put a lot of pressure that this one should send, and that and the mosquitoes we need and find it. It was Tasha Memches, and since the Rebbetzin had passed away, Josh felt very bad of putting pressure to get his letter, so he didn't put pressure. He didn't put pressure. He thought, okay, the Taka never got a letter. That year, the dinner was without the Rebbe's letter. Fine. But what they didn't realize, what the Rebbe did write a letter. But somehow, it got stuck and it never went through the mosquitoes. It never got sent. Label pulled this letter out. So at that moment, Josh said, I need a sign from you. And he brings me a letter. I came back to California. I publicized after Gimmel Thomas for a few years. We got a letter from the Rebbe. Unbelievable story. Is but the dinner given a ganze Trask, and everybody came and he shared the story with the letter, and everybody was in such excited. And he said it was the best dinner. And I think it was something like that. He went out. It was like amazing because of the story. So I'm sitting there, and while Josh is telling the story, I feel so lost. I feel so isolated. I feel so down. I need something, a sign. The same way you gave it to him, give me something. Okay, I don't know how long. I didn't even say it b'dibur, because I've been public. I try not to talk to myself. So,
you can talk to yourself for. You can talk to yourself for. What's the problem?
Yeah, I think that's not a problem. What happens is okay. So this is Sunday afternoon. I'm on my way. I get into the car. I'm going to the banquet. Remember, I had a ride, and I'm in the banquet, and I get a text from someone Shusterman, Ezi Shusterman, Gershon Shusterman's son. He's a shliach in Palo Alto, and he tells me, "Hey, Ruvi," he says, "Are you coming to the banquet?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Good. I have a gift for." He says, "I have something for you." Was kann man schon Shusterman geben? Was gibt a check? Get mich nicht kein größer check. Was get them? I was thinking, like, what does he have for me? All right. I come to the banquet, go through security, I'm state in line, and I forgot already about it. The moment I walk in with Toysent Dimension, the first person who comes right at me is a Shusterman, hands me an envelope, and he says, Gavakuk. So I open up. What is it? It's a picture. Did Rebbe get me koishel bracha? What happened? He says, today in the morning, I was standing by 770, and I'm looking through these big albums of pictures. Someone was selling pictures there from does. And then I see this Polish boy with a Bekishem, with a Hitta, and I said, that looks like Ruby Wolf. He bought the picture, and he gifted it to me. And that was my that wink from the Rebbe. And Baruch Hashem, I have to say that right after that, a whole bunch of things that were sitting on my chest all dissolved. It was a huge bracha. It's a little story.
So it's the got kosher bracha. Baruch Hashem.
Kosher bracha. For me, that was it. That was all I needed in the kinnis.
Beautiful. Not Chatz Shalom to make light of what he did. Adarabbe. But there's a story with Zalman Gorari. That the Rebbe Chamalop gerät to Zalman Gorari, the Gibakuk, the Kloisenberger, sagt the Chassidim, am Dach Boina Spital, in no time, the Spital steht, ich betzach, and it's not happening.
Pini Alto is.
To Pini Alto is it given. I think it's Zalman Gorari. Okay, right? So apparently, at Ganford, Rebbe, the Kloisenberger sagt einmal, Boin gibt $5 million, ich gibt Keshel Bracha. Or the Rebbe Tlmashke, something like this. Apparently, the Rebbe Tanoigat is stark to smechelt.
Oh, the Kloisenberger used to be very envious of the Rebbe.
Maybe $5 million.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Is it shaykh maybe to stop the recording? Maybe we can go have a couple of things onto that. Mandy, can you?
I'm gonna have to go get them.
All right. Anyways, so Chevra, we should keep on pushing.
No. Oh, wait. So another question.
But importantly,
Menachem need to have a farbrengen during Kinnis HaShluchim. Can I didn't ask, but I would like to maybe make a suggestion. I'm going to see my sister lives on. I'm thinking about Friday night. Have a Menachem farbrengen. My sister lives on Troy, and she has a big house Rappaport, Troy and Visa Histis
Carol?
Carol. Troy and Carol.
I've
And
got a
I
different
can
idea
get
for
the
you,
thing. Oh, yes.
Ruvain. I have a different idea for you, just simply because I'm sure there's many other shluchim have established. For me, part of my entire recharge of the Kinnis HaShluchim is the fact that my chaverim, my
Do Friday night.
every Friday night, biz Aleis Hashachar Kemat.
Oh, wow.
That's when everybody gets together, and it's a very geschmack and whatever it is, and it's going to be hard for me to step away from that.
So when
I'm
do you
sure,
suggest?
and obviously the way 770, I mean, Ali Teda is full. I'm assuming that there's kahina among among the Mintazchim, but maybe the one place where it's relatively a lull. It's something to consider. I'm not saying that this works for everybody, but after something to consider is Shabbos nach Mittag. It's a short. It's a short. It's not going to be long. But I usually find myself, nach Dilm Davin and whatever it is, kind of just okay. Like I don't know of any specific agenda.
I have another suggestion. We should do it during the banquet.
I think Friday night is not a bad idea, by the way. I think it's not a bad idea. I think that's the only good time. Sandy, you'll make some time. Listen, busy people usually make time. Okay?
It's a guy. I'm not going to watch it.
And it's a little bit of a teflag in a time. Maybe people go to Suda Shabbos, they go here, visit Kratzach. Everybody's a little.
He's saying that Reuven. He's saying that Shabbos nach Mittag. No, Aaron Isaac. He's saying he's agreeing with you that Shabbos nach Mittag doesn't work. He's saying Shabbos nach Mittag.
I'm saying by night is good. Friday night.
Yeah. That's Reuven is agreeing.
I think it's a good time.
Look. What? First of all, Zogashah. What time are you thinking?
So I would say after the Suda. So the Suda, let's say what time? What time is Shabbos? What time is it? Suda Shabbos. I would say about 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Yeah.
9
Doesn't have to go forever.
9 o'clock is beseder because
it goes from 9 to 11. We add 2 hours. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's beseder. I think that's beseder because the Chaver usually come together a little later.
So let me check. I'll check with my my host.
That's a great idea.
Who's coming in? Who's coming? Chaver here. Who's coming? Who's going to be there? Mintazchim in Shchunas Kansiva.
I'm coming. I don't know who else.
Mandy Rubenfeld, gehst sein?
Not this year.
Oh,
we
don't
need a recording. It's a Shabbos though.
That's why I'm not coming.
That's right. You can't record it. Is a condition. All right.
I just want to say there's still a chance I'll come. I'm negotiating with the Eibishter, Semashech. We're very deep into negotiations right now. This is a very high chance.
Can you share the details? Andy, can you share the details?
That's Aaron Isaac's job to ask.
Ask a question is good. We need answers. Chavre.
Well, Mintazchim. Okay.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. One minute. More signatures will help in any way.
I would say.
I think by now the pool is done already. Whatever it is, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. It's good to know.
We don't want to. Shluchim are busy, and to go push on something that probably at this point doesn't make much of a difference because everybody's at the table already. Question is, they're going to be able to. You know what you could make signatures for is that people should have this so that when Shalom is made, the people who signed are going to have a schus. They have a schus to be on that document.
100%. By the way, maybe an idea. Send the names to the oil and ask for a bracha. I said that before.
Yes, for sure.
So who can do that? Who has the names? Send it to the oil and ask for a bracha.
We'll take it. We'll take it when we go.
Okay.
We'll take it physically.
But then, so it's a bisschen zu spät.
Yeah.
We wanted
Oh, you're saying now to ask for it now, so they were asking for a bracha with all these names signed.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That would be a gleiche Zach. Oh, so what does it take? We have to print it out, or we can email it.
You just email it. Yeah.
All right.
Mendy
So,
Rubenfeld. Send it in with an email.
Can you send me some words and
And with the bracha, with the
I'll
bracha.
add it.
Write in English. Write in English. Say, Rebbe, these are the hundreds of shluchim. We really want to make shalom and nachtos. We really want Mashiach. We want you to, whatever. And we're sending this, and the efforts are being made. And this is the 500 shluchim that are asking for this, and our negotiations are going on. And we're asking the Rebbe's bracha that we should break through. They should come to fruition. B'shem all these shluchim.
Maybe also add like $1 for tzedakah, like tshuva, tefillah, tzedakah. Gimmel amudim.
Yes. Can you introduce yourself? Shalom Aleichem.
Aleichem shalom. Yaakov Picha.
Oh, we were in touch. Okay, good. I didn't know who I'm speaking to. Okay. Very good. He wasn't sleeping, Chavre. On.
Oh yeah. By the way, the Zaidi of my wife is Rabbi Bornstein in the board of the. Yeah, so I thought like the Zaidi came and he did a little bit the 2 parts, and now the Eniklat comes into.
Yesterday I gave a class to the girls on the Kuntres and Yonish Mashiach. State, why was Achia Shiloini the one when he came to the Baal Shem Tov to be the one who was going to teach him Chassidus? The Gans Titus Chassidus came from Achia Shiloini to the Baal Shem Tov, and the reason is because Achia Shiloini was the one who brought about the split of Malchus Beis David. He was the one who introduced Yeravim ben Avat. It was all al pi nevuah, but Sifkasov, he was the shliach to drive the wedge in Malchus Beis David. So he needs to be the one who needed to be to reestablish Malchus Beis David, which is through Chassidus, the Baal Shem Tov, and then so like the Rebbe says in Parshas Vayera, that's Shenda, his galus nishna metzias for Mashiach, and Afilif in his galus for Mashiach Shenda. Yeah. You know, let me conclude with something very interesting. I just thought this second. The Veistach when the famous story when they came to Satmar, and they asked him that they want to make a vad from all Rabbanim from all the things, and the Satmar said, Rabbi Yoelish, he said, "Was willst du machen a dritte Weltkrieg? You know, you want to make a 3rd World War?" And they asked the same question to the Rebbe. The Rebbe said, "No. Was ist es? Was schon sein? This galus for Mashiach. Was schon sein? You know, when everybody will be together." And the Rebbe's first reaction was no. So, but now that the Rebbe told us already, Nishna said the Metzias for Mashiach. So now feel this galus for Mashiach. So this impossibility that we thought that these divisions that were impossible to come together should be able to come together now. As mishtei takeda, and if we believe it with an absolute emes, that this is what the Rebbe told us, and this is the emes, so soll sich ablegen bei uns that this can happen. So it's ablegen bei uns this can happen. So then
it must have. There is no other choice. If you want the Berchino of Vino, it has to be Kulanu Kecha. There's no other choice.
Yeah.
Can I ask real quick 2 questions? Question number 1 is, so Stam as a Pashta onlooker, it sounds like what the proposition right now is that we should basically understand the situation, that Baruch Hashem, it did go very far, there were talks and there were negotiations, but Lepayel, it didn't come all the way.
No. Lepayel, we're waiting for answers today. The big meetings are happening as we speak right now or sometime today, and it's not over at all.
So they might
That's
actually
cross
their
do
red
whatever
lines?
we can, and I believe and decisions have to be made today, and they said they're considering it. So we just don't have the answers yet.
You know,
it sounded like
Tehillim won't hurt either.
No,
for sure. So it sounded like he said like they came up to certain red lines and it wasn't so easy to cross those lines. But you're saying it's still possible today they're going to make the decision they might?
Yes, that's what we're saying. Yeah, they came far, and they still have to go further. And they know what the prize is, that there's Achdus and there's Shalom, and there is ongoing, I'm sure, internal conflicts within each party if they should break their lines that they've had, their defense lines till now, and move it further. It's not at all. We didn't give up at all. It's very shy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so I said us to heal him. Like we should.
That's why I'm saying. That's why it's
and...
important to get this letter to the Rebbe right now.
So who's sending it?
Yeah, okay.
Make sure it's sent. Mendy, you can send it.
Mendy is the closest because he has the list. Grab the whole document, write up a quick letter, say we're almost there. So much hours upon hours were put into this. We're begging the Rebbe to somehow help us out.
Send him a lesson. Send him a lesson.
I want to say something. The letter that I shared, and I'm going back to it. I shared it with the Mintazchim. I have to look at it again. When I just at the beginning, when we started talking about this achdus, and believe me, there's so many different people that are trying to with good intentions. The women want me to be involved with the Armon. They're pushing very strongly to start building the Rebbe's Armonic for Chabad, and they were making me crazy. And I couldn't split my life into so many things that are draining, and I didn't know where I should put myself into because I spent so many hours on this. I opened up a letter, and the Rebbe's letter was such powerful words. I shared it with the Mintazchim that Yara Oleinu Ruach Soif Kol Soif Yala Reinu Ruach Mimorim, that it should bring an actus lamata, milmailo lamata, and v'ya'asu kula maguda echos lasas ritzayin chabalev shalom. Such a powerful words. So we're looking for that. We need now Yara Oleinu Ruach Mimorim. That's what's necessary right now. The neighbors will effen in the herzer.
Maybe if I can say something.
Yes.
Regarding the old of Mintazchim, that you said Mintazchim for bringing and lots of people because they don't know what Mintazchim is about this group, and I'm sure if they would know, they would join, and they would be part, and the binyan would be stronger, and
we did a very big push for 2 years ago by the Kinnis Shluchim, and we thought I had more participants. Yeah. So what are you suggesting?
No, maybe I'm saying, I also, Rabbi Majeski, last year he approached me. I didn't want to join. He just added me, said, if you want, just go out. No, and then I joined, and something good came. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
So, Lemashal, I was talking to Meshver, he's a shtetach in Russia, and lots of people, they don't have a clue about Mintazchim, which they are like the manoah, the motor of this petition. So maybe to the harchiv, the reach more, to recruit more people.
I think if we're the ones who put together the 7 steps, if chas v'shalom we don't have a full shleimus of kinus, and if we put together the one, the what's it called again, the Sunday night farbrengen, and we somehow create at least an achdus at the end of the thing, and it's put up by the Mintazchim, I think that will bring to the awareness of hundreds of shluchim, and maybe many others will want to join, and there'll be a much stronger group, and we'll have more impact for sure.
So why we should plan on it anyways? I mean, even if we have you should have it in place, no?
Yes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be contingent on if it doesn't work out, and then it's a Mitzvah Shabbos thing. Well, it shouldn't be contingent on that. Even if Mitzvah Hashem it will succeed, somehow there should be some sort of awareness that this started from the signatures from the Mintazchim, no?
Yeah, I would say let's if we can get 770 for that night and kind of be the organizers of this event and create the real sense of the Mintazchim, which has always been very, very not apolitical and just a sincere devotion to do the inyan without the mishagas.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I was working on something, meanwhile, on the sidelines in 770, all these past days, weeks, and months. Don't even ask. It's a bit like you said, on the Tzad HaMishugas. It's Fabrengen and Sturming with the Bachrim in 770, and making deals with them, and Fabrengens with them, and all sorts of maises. Al Kaponim, we started a thing every week now, almost every Friday, since this whole thing started. We've been doing a little Tzivis Hashem with the Bachrim in 770. Friday after Shachris in 770, Teira, Tziva, Pashut with the Bachrim, the Gan 770 answers in the Kulam Keachad. And it's a nice thing, and everyone laughs, and it's funny, and it's humorous, and it puts a smile on everyone's face, and they like it. It's a shturim, it's something happening. So I was building up to this, whatever, I have a whole deal with them, because these days I'm doing the Amud in 770, and they want me to daven faster, slower, faster, whatever it is, don't even ask. So I'm trying to make deals with them, and Baruch Hashem, they're a lot more approachable maybe than they used to be. And I'm trying to make a deal with them that, hey, let's mach achdus. Friday, this upcoming Friday, is going to be a lot of shluchim in 770. So Shachris, after davening, we should do this whole psukim ma'aseh in 770 and make sure they all feel invited and make sure they all feel comfortable. And then with the yechi or without the yechi, whatever it is. This is something I'm working on the sidelines. There's either way, by nook or by crook, either way, there is going to be a mini Tzivus Hashem rally for adults, grown-ups in 770, Emir Hashem Friday after Shachris. I made a little clip about it. I'm going to share it on the Mintazchim group soon, and maybe you'll tell me what you ever think. But Adrabah, maybe if that's an opportunity that we could make something and call it the Mintazchim name, whatever. I'm just suggesting there is something Emir Hashem planned for Friday morning in 770 with Alex sitting with Alex. A lot of shluchim pile into 770 Friday morning for Shachris. From this one and from that one. So Stam, I'm just putting it out there. If anyone wants to chaperein and make it into something and then ask Rabbi Blau for the microphone and machashturim out of it, it's a possibility. Just putting it out there.